Okay, let's see this. Okay, so we have been given the pre-order and the in-order, and we have been asked to construct the tree. So let's go step by step. So step number 1, first what we have to do is we have to identify the root. Remember, the first element in your pre-order is the root. So my root is 1. So 1 is my root. Now, in order to find the left subtree and the right subtree of root, I need to look at the in-order. So I can see that in the in-order traversal, 1 is present here. Now towards the left of 1 you have 3 and 8, and towards the right you have 4, 12 and 9. That means that the left subtree of 1 will contain 3 and 8, and the right subtree will contain 4, 12 and 9. Now what we need to do is we need to expand these subtrees. So let's expand each subtree one by one. So I'll start with the left subtree. You can start with the right one as well. So here I can see that there are two elements, 3 and 8. Now the question is, on which of these two elements should I split this subtree? That means out of these two, which will be the root of the left subtree, right? That means which will be the left child of 1. So out of 3 and 8, which will be the left child of 1? To determine that, we'll have to look at the pre-order. See, out of 3 and 8, which comes before in the pre-order list? I can see that out of 3 and 8, 3 comes before 8. That means 3 should be the left child of 1. Now, in order to determine the position of 8 with respect to 3, I have to look at the in-order. In the in-order, I can find that 8 is to the right of 3. That means 8 should come here. So 8 comes here. Now I can see that towards the right there is 4, 12 and 9. So what I can do is I can expand on this, but what I'll do is I will do that in a separate step. So I'll keep this here and I'll move on to step 3. Now in step 3, what I'll do is I'll expand the right subtree. So I have 1, and here I have 3, and here I have 8. Now let's expand this right subtree. Now, in order to determine the node which will be the root of this subtree, this is a subtree, right? By definition, we know that a subtree is also a tree, and every tree has a root. Now, in order to determine the root of this subtree, we have to look at the pre-order. So, the elements are 4, 12 and 9. Now, out of these three elements, 4, 12 and 9, which is the element which comes before? So, out of 4, 12 and 9, the element which comes first out of these three elements, 4, 12 and 9, the element which comes first is 4. So the root of this subtree is 4. Now what about 12 and 9? If you look at the in-order, you can find that 12 and 9 both are to the right of 4. That means to the right of 4, I'll have 12 and 9. Now what I'll do is, I'll move on to step 4. Now in step 4, I have to determine the root of this subtree. This subtree containing 12 and 9, I have to determine its root. How do I determine the root of this subtree? Again, I look at the pre-order. In the pre-order, I can find that out of 12 and 9, if you see, these are the two elements, 12 and 9. So out of 12 and 9, I have to look at which element comes first. So out of 12 and 9, I can see that in the pre-order list, 12 comes first. So 12 comes before 9, that means this subtree will have its root as 12. So here, I'll just reconstruct the tree. I'll have 3 here, and I'll have 4 here. Now, 8 goes to the right of 3. And out of 12 and 9, I can see that in the pre-order list, 12 comes before. That means the root of this subtree will be 12. And what about the position of 9? If you look here, then 9 is to the right of 12. In order to determine the position, whether 9 will be to the left or right of 12, I look at the in-order. In order to determine the root of a subtree, I look at the pre-order. In order to determine the left child and right child, I look at the in-order. In the in-order list, I can find that 9 is to the right of 12. So I can say that to the right of 12 will be 9. So this is my final tree. Okay, so I hope you have understood this, how you can construct a tree using pre-order and in-order. The tree that we got here is unique. If you have any doubts, you can leave them in the comment section below. Thank you.